Ja, hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu Star Control 2. Ja, wir wollen mal gucken, was das mit diesem ominösen Signal auf sich hat. Gucken wir doch mal, was wir darüber rausfinden können. Er gesagt, aus Richtung Uranus. Naja, ist reichlich ungenau. So, jetzt sehen wir die inneren Planeten. Sehen wir die äußeren. Ja, wir wollen zu einem ganz außen. Da oben ist er. Zu Pluto. Weil wir irgendwie das Gefühl haben, dass das Signal nicht vom Uranus, sondern vom Pluto kommt. Wir haben das Spiel schon mal gespielt, also so, dann scannen wir mal. Ja, ist ziemlich kalt da. Ja, okay. Tja, das waren noch die Zeiten, wo Pluto noch ein Planet war, ne? Ja, good old days. Okay, Minerals. Oh, okay. Energy. Aha. Das könnte das Signal sein. Haben wir auch noch eine Lebensform? Haben wir keine auf dem Schirm. Na gut, wenn das ist hier Tectonics Class 1, Weather is none. Minerals waren da, dann können wir uns doch da mal hindispatchen. Ist ja alles. Hui. So, Christus, na warum nicht? So, dann gucken wir mal, was das hier für eine Energy Signature ist. Hallo? Hey! Mayday from surface. We have come under fire from an alien vessel we found hiding on the surface of Pluto. Captain! They killed Kowalski, Fritz, Chin, O'Donnell, Luigi and all three of the Lieberman triplets. We have returned fire, but our stunner can't penetrate the ship's hull armor. Oh god. We are initiating emergency launch procedures. Ja, das... Weg da!
Attention, a big, mean, hostile alien vessel hovering overhead in an obvious attack posture. This is Spotty Captain Fwiffo. I know you are going to torture me, so let's just get this over with right now. The coordinates of my homeworld, Spottywa, are 241.6 by 368.7, and the ultra-secret Spotty Cipher, which is known only by me and several billion other Spotty, is Huffy, Muffy, Duffy. Sorry about that little mistake with your landing vehicle. I was so startled when it approached my vessel in a threatening manner that my automated defense systems fired on it when it got too close. I hope nobody got hurt.
Also, uiuiui. First Contact. Ja, du siehst ziemlich albern aus. Das ist eine großartige Stimme, das ist fantastisch. Also das war nur ein Versehen. Sehe ich das richtig, dass du unsere Crewmember da umgebracht hast, ja? Aha. Und scheinst ein bisschen defensiv zu sein, dass du gleich uns den geheimen Code gegeben hast, die Location deiner Homeworld, das ist alles soweit. Ja, also wir werden diesen Freund hier noch lieben lernen. So hat ein George Lucas hätte das mal spielen sollen. So kann man ein, ich sag mal, Comic Relief Alien designen, ohne dass es den Zuseher nervt. Also Fwiffo ist das Gegenteil von Jar Jar Binks. Identify yourself and be destroyed. Hi there, friend. We come in peace and mean you no harm. sind wir mal peaceful.
Are you sure? Because your statement is often just a more polite way of saying, attention alien vessel, identify yourself or be destroyed. In any event, I am Spotty Captain Fwiffo of the void ship Star Runner, placed here in this planetary system as part of the powerful Earth-powered Star Force, which our masters, the Ur-Quan, established here to make sure the Earthlings don't do anything tricky.
Tricky. Und, du bist der Einzige. What are you doing here on Pluto?
About 20 years ago, this region of space was dominated by a loose confederation known as the Alliance of Free Stars, which was composed of the aliens native to these parts who did not want to be enslaved. They made a valiant effort against the superior Ur-Quan forces. It even looked like they might miraculously defeat the combined Ur-Quan armada, right up to the point at which the Ur-Quan totally defeated, indeed annihilated them.
So what are you doing here on
When
Pluto?
the Ur-Quan armada entered the system to subjugate formerly the Earthlings, the Ur-Quan presented the humans with the standard slave options. Join the hierarchy, as combat brawls, and retain some autonomy, including the right to travel through space, or become a fellow species and return to pre-atomic savagery on the surface of their homeworld, encased for all time beneath an impenetrable force shield. The humans chose the latter option, and so were swiftly imprisoned on the surface of Earth. But the Ur-Quan didn't trust them to obey the restrictions, so they chose a small group of hierarchy combat starships from the Ur-Wraith and Spartan fleets to create the so-called Earth Guard and station them at a base on Earth's moon.
Ja, aber da ist doch keiner mehr. Tell me what you're doing on Pluto, now!
Originally, we were stationed on Earth's moon, which made us Spotty a bit uneasy, because with each passing day we grew more and more worried about the sneaky Earthlings making a surprise attack. The Ur-Wraith kept telling us that it was impossible, since the Earthlings had no ships or weapons whatsoever.
Guter Punkt.
That made us feel a bit better, but when the Ur-Wraith left, again we grew fearful, and decided to make a strategic redeployment to Mars. Later on, we decided it would be prudent to relocate to Jupiter's moon, Ganymede, then later Saturn's moon, Titan, and finally here to Pluto.
Also immer weiter zurück, ja, verstehe. Ja, ihr seid also ein bisschen die Ängstlichen, wenn ich das so richtig sehe. What happened to the Ur-Wraith stationed in the system?
The Ur-Wraith contingent were supposed to be the toughest ridge crest, the most rigid flipper, the backbone of the Earth Guard force. But they departed the system en masse not long after the last Ur-Quan dreadnought vanished from this region of space. They claimed to have received a direct order from their gods of evil and darkness, who had grown dissatisfied with the Ur-Wraith's passivity and wanted them to kill, or at least torture someone soon.
Yeah, okay.
Personally, I believe they just got bored and went off to have some fun.
Verstehe. When do you expect the Ur-Wraith to return?
Well, when they were pushing up into hyperspace 18 years ago, we asked them that very question, and I think they said something to the effect of, real soon.
Okay, what is happening at the base on Luna then?
We decided that if the Earthlings figured out we had abandoned the base on Luna, they would be more likely to try something sneaky. So, we rigged up some old service androids and ordered them to drive around on the lunar surface in bulldozers, endlessly pushing around the same piles of dirt. In addition, we connected the base's local radio transmitter to an audio malnorme fun rum called Winky's Happy Night, hoping they would think we were still there.
Very clever. Und die dummen Menschen sind tatsächlich drauf reingefallen. What happened to the other spaceships?
Over the past years, it became necessary to redeploy strategically some of our Earth-powered forces to our homeworld in case of a sudden surprise attack by a vicious, unrelenting alien race which we Spotty call the Ultimate Evil.
Jedes Mal wieder. Ja, who or what is the ultimate
As
evil?
yet, the ultimate evil remains largely unmanifest, and its powers and exact intentions are still a bit obscure, since it lurks just outside the range of even the most sensitive long-range detectors,
Verstehe.
which we feel gives conclusive evidence as to the ultimate evil's nefarious intent.
Ja, Circular Logic ist die beste, würde ich sagen. How many crew do you have aboard?
Dozens, that is to say, scores and perhaps even hundreds of my brethren stride through the corridors of this specially modified, super-efficient, mass destruction-oriented starship, which could lay siege to an entire planetary system should we choose to do so, which, fortunately for you, we have decided not to do today.
Aha, du bist also überhaupt nicht alleine auf dem Schiff. Du hast hunderte von gut trainierten Soldaten unter deinem Kommando, ja? Mhm. Hundreds? Come on.
I am undone. You are far too clever for a poor spotter like me, and now I must submit to your superior alien intellect.
Ja.
I guess I am not revealing any truly important secrets if I tell you that each of my species' Lunar-class void ships typically holds 30 spotter crewmen.
Typically,
So at present, my vessel, the Star Runner, is not up to full complement
Yeah.
due to the needs of my homeworld in their resistance against the ultimate evil. And in fact, my vessel is somewhat understaffed right now, seeing as how I am the only spotter on board, which is a bit frightening, as I am sure you can understand.
Der ist einfach nur, Entschuldigung, der ist einfach nur großartig. Why are you still here, Captain Fwiffo?
Since it was our most powerful and unforgiving masters, the Ur-Quan, who stationed us here, we knew it would be grossly stupid to disobey them completely, but we decided it would be okay to send just one ship home.
Okay.
We used one of our most ancient and solemn rituals, Taffy, to pick the lucky ship. Then, some months later, we decided that it wouldn't really hurt if we sent one more ship home.
Verstehe.
And then later we sent another,
Ja, ja.
and then another. Well, you get the idea.
In der Tat.
Alas, as fate would have it, when the final ritual was performed, I, Fwiffo, was left here alone. For as even the most immature in questioning knows, there must always be one spotter who puts the short top on stick.
Ja, verstehe. Ich glaube, ich kann mir das Ritual etwa vorstellen. Where are the Ur-Quan
Our
now?
masters don't really keep us very well informed about their goings-on, so that all we know is that immediately after the subjugation of the last Alliance race, the Hut, I think, the Ur-Quan gathered their dreadnoughts and departed for the edge of the galaxy, commanding us to obey the slave laws or face their wrath when they returned.
Do you know anything about other alien
We
races?
only know bits and pieces of what happened to each race. For instance, when defeated, the Yahat joined the hierarchy as combat thralls, while the Cyrene chose to be slave-shielded on a planet in the Bug Squirt star system. No, that's not right. I forget its name. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, the Shafixti. They were utterly wiped out in a gigantic blaze of glory.
What do you mean, blaze of glory?
The Shafixti were half feral, as you know, having been uplifted by the Yahat just a few decades before the start of the war. Given their habit of detonating those suicidal so-called glory devices in combat, this came as no particular surprise to me when, upon the arrival of the Ur-Quan Primary Task Force at their homeworld, the Shafixti caused their sun to explode in a colossal supernova, destroying the entire planetary system, and not incidentally dozens of Ur-Quan dreadnoughts.
Ganz ruhig, ganz ruhig. What about yourself, Fwiffo?
Me? You mean me, personally? Oh, nice of you to ask. I was born a poor green incrusting, the youngest child of a family of 18,487.
Ach du Liebe.
My male parents had to work hard to support us, very hard.
Selbstverständlich.
But each of my brothers and sisters and I tried to help out to make ends meet. The female parent was kind and sweet to all of us. Why, she once even called me by name. She said, "Fwiffo, Fwiffo." a treat, a golden memory. I swiftly matured into a fine example of my species with my parents' assistance. Achieved independence. Specifically, they pried me from the door jamb and rolled me into the street. Thus prepared, I set out to make my fortune. I had great dreams in those days. Yes, great dreams. I knew that someday I would be vastly rich, wealthy enough to afford a large, well-fortified mansion. Surrounding my mansion would be vast tracts of land through which I could slide at any time I wished. Of course, one can never be too sure that there aren't monsters hiding just behind the
Natürlich.
So I would plant trees to climb at regular, easy-to-reach intervals. And being a spotty of the world, I would know that some monsters climb trees, though often not well.
Yeah.
So I would have my servants place in each tree a basket of perfect stones. Not too heavy, not too light, just the right size for throwing at monsters.
Gute Idee.
I was thinking about what color the stones would be painted. Aqua, mauve, or magenta, when a vegetable cart came careening down the street outside my house and knocked me unconscious. When I awoke, I was aboard the void ship Star Runner headed for Earth. Apparently, I had been out of my head for quite some time after the accident, and with the assistance of some kind strangers, had been relieved of my funds and convinced to join the Navy, where I have been unpleasantly employed for the last 25 years.
Oh Gott. Das ist eine Biografie. Okay. Ja, da fehlen einem die Worte. The galaxy teems with threatening monsters. Are you happy here, alone and vulnerable?
How true, Captain, how true! In truth, just between us, during the past 70 years, I have been quite ill at ease, yet now I find myself enjoying your company. This witty dialogue and the presence of your huge, powerful, death-dealing starship, which, being my friend, you would certainly feel compelled to use in order to save me from any hostile life forms who threatened me with death.
Aber natürlich Fwiffo. I'm sure you'd feel a lot safer if you were with us. Come on, Fwiffo, join our fleet.
Happy days and jubilation! I discard all prejudice and hesitations and accept and celebrate your offer of protection and your undying commitment to my well-being. I must wax melancholy for just a moment, though. And make sure you understand that any other spotty ships we meet at large in the galaxy are not going to be quite so responsive to your friendly gestures as myself, since they bear more heavily the yoke of Ur-Quan enslavement
Good
and
safety
are
tip.
also apt to talk themselves out of allying with a totally unknown alien, which I, having been left here alone, cannot do. Welcome me aboard, Captain.
Selbstverständlich, Fwiffo. Herrlich. Okay. Wir haben jetzt unseren ersten Verbündeten. Es ist zwar tatsächlich buchstäblich nur einer, aber es ist dafür ein sehr unterhaltsamer, wie wir gesehen haben. Okay, ja, das war's für dieses Video. Wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal wieder mit mehr Star Control 2. Also, bis dann. Tschüss.